Welcome to the Fun Going Fast channel, and today I've got my Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, my 2018, and thought I'd show you guys around Brown Mountain OHV here in Collettsville, North Carolina, near Lenoir. This is the trailhead off of Brown Mountain Beach Road. As you can see, we're in the Pisgah National Forest, and it's Brown Mountain OHV, part of the OHV trail system here in North Carolina. Really beautiful area, kind of remote. Definitely worthwhile if you want to come for a change of pace. You can definitely bring your four-wheeler. It's a great place to ride four-wheel drive four-wheelers. Not too bad for side-by-side. Some of the trails are kind of narrow, but it's really fun on the main trails if you've got a Jeep. But I highly recommend it. It's $5 for a daily pass or $30 for an annual pass. That is April 1 to December 31. So I'll show you a little bit more about the ride here and the trails, and we'll see what you think. It can be really dusty. We just got rain today, so it's nice and not dusty. But if you're gonna go topless or remove your freedom panels or whatever, you may want to wait until you get to the parking lot to do that. We'll have free camping. Really nice sites with the framed areas, picnic tables, and hang your lantern. Just be aware it is first come, first serve, no reservations. I have maybe 4 or 5 sites. Parking lot. After about a 2-mile dirt drive, and then there's the bathrooms, although they're pretty gross, but at least they're there. I'm in my Rubicon, but the only thing I've done is disconnect my sway bar to make the ride a little smoother. But going over this in 4-wheel drive, pretty easy. I've got factory KO2s on it, but they're probably 50% wool. So anybody could do this in a Wrangler, really, with good tires and a little common sense, just taking it easy. There's a lot of little places like this. It always looks underwhelming on camera, but some cool little rock places to crawl over, like a 5-degree hill with some nice dips to make it interesting. And grab this bottle. Remember to carry out whatever you bring in. All right, let's see what we end up with on the pitch and roll on this one. Sorry if I can keep the camera focused. Just 12 degrees max. Pretty easy. Have a fun little ravine here. Practice straddling. Keep the vehicle level. Let's see what we can get on a side angle here, just to play around. 11, 13, 14, got up to 14 there, 17, just briefly. It's also pretty cool if any of you have an 18 and up newer Jeep with the 8.4-inch U-Connect with the off-road pages. It gives you your latitude and longitude and elevation. That's kind of neat. Alright, 19 to 20 degrees, not too bad. See, I'm just looking up at the sky. And you can see We can squeeze through here without using the lockers. It's a little bit steep, definitely narrow. It's a great thing about a Wrangler, it just fits through so many places. Hello, Mr. Rock. We'll be avoiding you today, and no problems. Great scenery here. It's a beautiful area. As you can see, you can just really see some cool spots. Kind of prehistoric looking. Another fun rock climb here. Gotta pick the right line so you don't drop in the hole. Get up around 16 degrees. Not a problem. Like what Brown Mountain used to look like. It was really fun on a sport ATV. You could just haul through here and hit the jumps. And you got the dirt. So it's a little bit of a smoother ride, but on a four-wheel drive vehicle, not quite as interesting. But it's nice to get a break and switch it up a little bit here. Get a break from all the rocks. Still got the random water pipes. Watch your tires. To the rocks. See, as you come through here, there's really a main trail with a loop that you have to stay on if you're in a full-size vehicle. There are lots of offshoot trails and some single track, but those are only for ATVs and dirt bikes. Rare sighting, a traffic sign. As you can see, it does say two-way traffic. I'm here on a Labor Day afternoon, so there's almost no one here. If I was coming in a Jeep or truck, I would probably either come in an evening on a weekend or try and take a weekday and sneak up here, because it can get really crowded on the weekends, and the people on this main up and down trail, they really fly. I've almost had people run into me multiple times on my four-wheeler, so just as a heads up, you can come on the weekend, but be ready. You're going to be big and taking up a lot of room. I highly recommend a weekday if possible, or an evening, or like this just after it rains. That clears out most of the people. Degrees out. I've been going since 4 o'clock, so it's 4:47, mostly in four-wheel low, and all the gauges look good, so nice to see. There's a couple of folks came up from South Carolina. Oh, got one coming now, and I'm about to run into another guy, so hopefully they'll let me by. Their Jeeps be full of families, and it'll be husband and wife and the kids in the back, and husband and or wife may be driving, so that's pretty awesome. I'm getting to a good stopping point up here. Show you, it's kind of a narrow little spot to sneak through. This is really the only drawback if you're in your daily drivers. You do get some low-hanging leaves or branches that make fun sounds as they drag across your hardtop. But other than that, I'm going to come up through here, and I haven't even touched a skid plate. So this is a fun little spot to come up through, and then I'll be turning around from here. All right, let's see what we end up with on our off-road pages here for our pitch and roll. $15, $16. Oh, yep, common hangout spot. Got a few people up here. It's kind of a little playground area. There's usually water here, especially with this rain. But this is actually only maybe a third of the way. It took me an hour to get here, but I was poking along and stopped and took some pictures. So I'd say if you want to do the full loop, go up and all the way around, I'd give yourself about 3 hours, a little longer if you plan on stopping and eating. But definitely worth the time if you're anywhere within a reasonable drive of like the Lenore Hickory area. The area is called Collettsville, and it's maybe 10 or 15 minutes from the Lenore Walmart. So seriously, if you do come here, please carry all your trash out with you, or we'd prefer you not come here at all. It's beautiful here, let's keep it that way. Working my way back out of the trail. This is a fun rock garden area. Rocks are probably about a foot, maybe a little taller. Looks smaller on camera, of course. Almost looks like I'm driving over little speed bumps. Got my drivetrain. Oh, there's a skid plate. My first drag. Alright, we'll squeeze through this spot again. Let's see how this goes. Cozy. No problem. Little drop off. Go. Catching up again. A little bit of an idea of the steepness since you can see the other Jeep. It's going to. 19 degrees. See if we can pick our line as we're coming up to this drop here. Pretty important to straddle the spot again. And we're leaving there. Start on 0% control. See how that works. Coming up on those guys over there. You can see them through the trees. Pretty impressive crawl ratio. I'm moving along at 1 to 2 miles an hour in second gear in 4-wheel low. Here's my highest lateral, 21 degrees. Wouldn't tell it looking out. If you have the blonde spot monitoring system and it gets a little mud on it, it doesn't like that. It lets you know that the sensors are blocked and it puts on the warning light, but after you clean it, that goes away. And in case anybody was wondering, I do have the 4-cylinder mild hybrid. I think it's 2.5 cylinder with the turbo and the small electric engine, and has done great as far as being able to modulate the power and torque. Very happy with this little engine. And off-roading, getting 17.7 miles per gallon while in 4-wheel low creeping is not too shabby.